today I want to show you Gustav KLIMT. It's really tricky to say, but I want to show you his tree of life because it really resonated for me. Absolutely love the idea of this big tree, and it's a tree of life, and he was known for doing symbolism. So what I'm going to do is just hold that up for you to maybe write on the back if you want to write on the back of your work. So Gustav KLIMT, he's not alive anymore. He was born in Vienna, and he was born 1862 and died in 1918. So you could work out, if you're really good at maths, you could work out how old he is, how old he was when he died. But he was known for doing murals and sketches, and he was a symbolist painter. So what that means is he painted lots of beautiful pictures, but he put things in the pictures that were quite symbolic. So we're going to do that with the tree of life. We're going to do a really cool tree, which was one of his artworks. I'll show you what he's done. So this is his tree of life. I absolutely love it. It's just so cool. So we can do it different colours. But his tree of life, if you can see, there's like an owl in there. There's an owl in there. I think that could possibly be an other animal. He's got all these different shapes in there. It's really beautiful. It reminds me of mosaic. And then you've got all these gorgeous colours down here that may or may mean something. So if you're at school and you're doing this project, you could perhaps do your own tree of life. So it would be a curly tree, but you could do whatever you want in that tree. So you could add your family in there. You could add things that you love, like if you love football, if you love doing badminton, if you love ballet, you could put it in there like a ballet shoe. So I love the way he uses shapes and colours and patterns to create something that means something to the picture. This is a really cool one. He used a lot of gold and a lot of silver as well. I love those twirly whirly shapes. So cool. And those look like eyes. They're wicked. This is a really beautiful one. It's quite simple. So he painted these. This is a garden, and it's got all the beautiful flowers in there. It's quite simple, isn't it? But the colours make it come to life so beautifully. Also could be slightly like mosaic. And what we're going to do is a tree today. Tree of life. So what we're going to do is the paper's going to be, you can see that, the paper's going to be portrait. So portrait means it's on your face, like it's up this way, not long ways. So not this way. And then we need a pencil. So I'm going to move that a little bit. Okay, let's go. So what we want to do is we want to go, start at the bottom here, and you're going to go up. And then depending on how thick you want your tree to be, I'm going to do mine about there. And now we're going to work out the twirly whirly bits. So before we do that, I just want to do a horizon line. So we're going to do a horizon line, jump, go across. So if you jump across, if you draw, fly the pencil and then go across, normally you get the same line, so it looks kind of cool. And then we're going to do the twirly whirly bits. So we're going to go out. This one is going to go. So it's really easy, isn't it? You've got that coming out, that going twirly. So what we're going to do, just try and think where the tree is, because I want to get this looking how I want it. So we're going to make a thickness of the tree. So what we can do is just start it there. It doesn't matter about the rest. Start it there, and you're going to go out. What we need is we need to make sure we want this twirly bit to be kind of like a snake. So we've done that. So if you've missed that, what I just did, you could just do the thickness of the twirly bit and then go like that. Might be a bit easier for you. And then on this side, we're going to go and a bit of a twirl. Make this twirl thick. Then we're going to go up and another twirl. If you feel the twirls are tricky, don't worry. Just give it a go, because then all you're doing is you're going up. You just keep doing twirls basically. Now, if you're finding this super tricky, maybe just go, once you've done some twirls, go up, then just do a little line, and then a twirl. I think I'm going to do, coming from here, I'm going to go raw. And then we can make this thick now. I think you can see it, can't you? We're going to go like that, and then another twirl. Gotta get enough twirls. It's like a curly whirly. I absolutely love the curly whirlies. The chocolate curly whirlies are so gorgeous. So we're going to go up here. Then we're going to make this thick. And we're going to go, ah, and then, ah. If this is too fast, obviously pause the video, because the tree takes a bit of time to do, and it doesn't have to look exactly like mine at all. We're going to make this thick. Going to go down. Now we're going to do 12. So what I could do is just do 12s where I want. You see, I'm doing, and all I have to do is make them thicker. So then I go, and that could be thick. It could be like a tree of your life, couldn't it? That'd be kind of cool. And then we just do under there. Gonna go here. So we're trying to just create a tree. If you think of it like a normal tree with swirls, that's all it is. Because the more complicated you make it, the more it gets a bit, not scary, but you just think, oh, I can't do it. And it's not about getting it right. You do not have to make it look like this. As long as you've got a tree that goes up smaller with branches and you've got twirls, that's all you need. I'm going to do some twirls here. So I'm just filling my gaps. You don't have to make some of the twirls thick, but I just like to. It looks more cool when you colour it in, you know. Okay, that is pretty much all the twirly whirly bits I want to do. So my tree of life, that is roughly the tree. So if you're thinking, whew, still got to do a lot more, pause the video, don't worry, like, subscribe and share if this video is useful to you. What you want to do is pause it if you want to do more, or we can just do this. We can start going, okay, do a line there. We're going to put our shapes in. So whatever they mean to you, you could do circles. I like to keep just simple shapes. So I've got circles, squares. There's a line there that's got like shapes in there. So it doesn't actually matter what you put in the tree. You could make them so it's meaningful to you. So as I said, you know, something that you love. You could have a pet in there, you could have your family in there. You could keep it simple. You could have a favourite shape or colour and just include that in there. There's something that looks a little bit like, I don't know what it is, but that's what I really like about his work. You don't really know what some of it is, but it reminds me of a little owl, a little chipmunk. Could do a little shape there. Here is going to be the owl. So we're going to go, so all it looks like is a long thing with a little beak and it goes down. Got some lines in there. We could rub out what's behind it with a tree, but it doesn't matter. We can colour that in later anyway. So that's roughly all I need. Like, I like the idea of doing a little bit of shape on the tree. If you've got, perhaps if you've got spaghetti, long spaghetti, or you've got foil, you could do it a collage. You could just cut out bits of foil and add them in so they're beautiful and shiny. I'm gonna just do something that looks like this. Doesn't actually matter what you do. I just love putting intentional shapes. So what I mean by that is don't just do any, make them mean something to you. So I've always loved circles. They just feel good. But then I love squares. So I'm doing a lot of squares and a lot of circles. So like I said, it could mean something to you, but it doesn't have to. You could do like your, because my name's emmy-lou, I could do a big E in there. That would look kind of cool. So what I want us to do is, what I think would be quite fun was once you've drawn it, we're going to paint the whole thing yellow. So I'm going to go get my yellow paint. I've got a gold, but I can't actually open it. Do you know what? I'm tempted to do a gold. I'm going to do a gold, but you don't need to do a gold. You could do a yellow. I'm going to do a gold just so it's a bit different from what I normally do. It's quite a lot there, isn't it? Right, wish me luck, because there's a lot. So what happens is when you're, oh man, my paintbrush is a bit dirty. Oh no. Yeah, my paintbrush is a bit dirty. What happens is when you're doing a gold or a yellow, well, mine's gone kind of weird actually. I think it's the paintbrush. It's hard because if you don't clean your paintbrush, you'll get quite a dirty colour. But let's persevere. So I'm going to do it all gold. You can do yours all yellow. I'd probably suggest doing it all yellow because whilst my gold looks nice, you could do this with silver even, but there's something about gold that just looks so cool. Can you see that I'm trying to get rid of all my little white gaps? So really get rid of them. Could be quite a watery colour. Right, can you see? It's quite shiny now, isn't it? Because of the light shining on. I've got these big lights that shine when I do the video in. So it's quite light. Now, what you'll find is you'll have... Oh, there goes my paintbrush. What you'll find is you'll have all your pencil lines showing through, but they won't be that dark, but you need them to be quite dark. So what I thought we could do is paint the tree next. So we want a really cool colour. What could we do? I like the idea of, if you look at this one, it's kind of an orangey brown. I think I'm going to opt for a painted, I'm just going to do like a red and yellow. So let's give it a go. Do a red and yellow. It's going to be like an orangey colour. So I'm going to mix some red and yellow to make an orange. See what that looks like. It's alright. And I'm basically going to get my brush and I'm going to colour. It's going to be tricky. So you want a small brush when you do the twirly bits. But it could do this with black, would look amazing. Ooh, yeah, I wouldn't have minded doing black actually. Black makes everything look amazing, especially against a bright colour like gold or yellow. But there's something about red that I think would look cool as well. So I'm going over some of my lines by accident, a bit messy, but that's okay. What might be nice is if you've got glitter, you could literally sprinkle the glitter on top when you're finished with some glue. That would look kind of cool, because then the tree would be a glittery tree of life. How nice is that? So you want a small brush to do these twirly bits. I'm doing them fast just so you can see, and I'm avoiding all of my shapes because my shapes are going to be different colours. Might just go around there just so it's more colour. Okay, guys. Luckily it's boiling in here, so it's drying quite quick. I'm not going to go over my owl because my owl's sitting on the branch, so I want to go round my owl really. Good thing about doing it with paint is if you've got a black marker or steady hand, you can go over the edges with a black. That would look kind of cool. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Right, so this is pretty much all the painting we need to do. So you can put your paintbrush away now if you like, and what we're going to do is we've got to let it dry a little bit really. So let's let it dry. Oof. Right. Okay. I think we'll try and do some chalk on it. I don't know if it's going to work. Let's have a little look. Okay, let's do a green. Yeah, it does. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to get some chalks and I'm just basically going to colour in. I've got to let it dry. Like, make sure your tree is dry, because when you blow the chalk, it's going to go on the wet paint and it will just look really messy. So I'm just taking any colours I like. White is going to look amazing because we've gone over all the white, haven't we, with the orange. So white will look awesome. I'm going to do the owl. If you want to not use chalk and paint, you can use paint. You don't have to use chalk. I'm just using chalk because I think I've got a love for chalk. There's something about chalk that's just amazing. I think it's just because they're so cool to use. So I'm using colours that I personally like. So you pick your colours. I love blue. Do you know what? We could do a blue background. That would be nice. Nice thing about once the paint's dry. Look, the paint's wet there. That's why it's gone a bit squishy. Once the paint's dry, it's nice to smudge in the colours. Looks really nice. Okay, I think we'll do that one. So you choose your colours on what you think would look nice. Do you like a green, you know? I think green looks really cool, actually. Let's do a light blue. So it's all about choosing the colours that's right for you. So if you don't like white, then obviously don't add that in. So this is a nice time to think, oh, what are my favourite colours? What do I want in my picture? Not what someone else wants, but what do I want? It's quite nice to make your own choices. So that's pretty cool. You've got some colours in there. You can smudge a little bit once you've finished. And then what you've got to do is the last thing, still a little bit wet mine, the paint's still wet. Right, once it's all the colours that you like, then you're going to get a black pastel. You could paint black thin watery line, but it depends how skilled you are and how old you are, because it might be a bit difficult. So I'm just going to do this. I've got my black chalk, and all I'm doing, and it's dry. Like the paint's dry, it's got to be dry, because that's a bit wet. It's just wet some of it, so you've got to wait till it's dry to do this. Ooh, I think with the black it really stands out. Make sure yours is dry. Mine's still a tad wet. And then you can go over your little bits. So where you've coloured them, just go round. So then it looks like there's something, you know. I think whatever you do, make sure it's dry. And then neatly go round. I'm doing it super fast because I just want to show you what it looks like. I think it's the longest video I've had. Right, that is, ooh, I've forgotten this bit. Like, how cool is that? I really, really love that tree. Love trees anyway. So what you can do now, is sign it at the bottom. I like to get my one finger and just draw over the black line. You're not smudging. If it's chalk you're using, you're just drawing over. I'm doing this a bit fast, but you're going to take your time. It's a very big picture actually. There's a lot in there, isn't it? Okay, there you go guys, smudging it really carefully when you do it, and then there, ta-da! There's my KLIMT tree of life. Let me know your thoughts, let me know how you get on, and just let me know what you can create. It'll be really nice to see what you come up with. So enjoy that, and I'll see you soon.